And now we are going to hear several comments and further details as presented by A.J. Gevaerd, head of MUFON in Brazil, the Mutual UFO Network, and also the editor for UFO Magazine. Here then are the comments by A.J. Gevaerd.
Yes, I'm A.J. Gevaerd, 34 years old. I'm the editor-in-chief of the Brazilian UFO Magazine and Brazilian National Director for Mutual UFO Network. I'm also director for the Brazilian Center for Flying Saucer Research for about 11 years now. Yes, this is a new piece of evidence that we just reached, 3 or 4 weeks ago, because some military decided to talk more than we have already heard from other military. And this new witness have told us that he was participating in an operation of retrieving debris from a crushed saucer or a crushed object. He didn't know it was a saucer, a flying saucer. And this operation took place at the same night the alien creatures were spotted and seen and captured in Brazil. But now we know for sure that U.S. authorities have detected through the satellite system that an object was entering our atmosphere. And it informed the Brazilian authorities that the probable point of touchdown would be in our territory. And our military, our authorities, searched for the place where it could crash or touch down. Some radar controllers were being involved in this detection, and it was determined the touchdown point as south of the state of Minas Gerais, exactly Varginha. And the military closest to that place were sent to retrieve the debris and possibly retrieve eventual creatures that could be seen. What happened is in the morning of that day, they started seeing creatures around. Yes, the vehicle was described by the witness Eurico and Orinda, a couple who lives in a farm about 1 mile from where the object crashed. They described this object as being as a van or a minibus, something between a van and a minibus, trembling. They said it trembling like a curtain, like this, trembling like this. That their metal surface was trembling like that and releasing a smoke, and it was falling down, and it fell down actually, and they fall into that. Creatures started being seen by popular people around. Same night, first stop was in an emergency room in a small place, neighboring area of Virginia, when the doctor in charge on duty at that night looked like the creature. He said, no, we can't stay with this creature here. We don't have equipment to treat with terrestrial people. What do you say about extraterrestrial? Go away with it. And they took to a public hospital, the biggest public hospital in Virginia area, which is the regional hospital, where it was treated for 2 or 3 hours. Then it was taken to a private hospital, which is much more well-equipped to receive treatment for any kind of disease. And it stayed there for 2 nights.
2 nights. Creatures were first taken to like an emergency room, trauma center, that kind of brief treatment. And you said there was a nurse who had 18 years experience?
Yes.
And she was interviewed?
She was interviewed, yeah.
What did she say basically about the brief visit there at that hospital?
Well, she was asked by the director not to say anything about it to anybody. But she agreed to talk to the investigators, and she said that what she saw was not in this world. It was a very strange creature. And lots of doctors were involved in treating the creature for the time being. By the time the creature was there, and everybody denied. And the director of the hospital, of course, denied. And other doctors denied. But a few of them decided to talk because they realized the importance of this case. 15 doctors were involved in observing, in treating the creature. and making the analysis of the creature. A few of them were not Brazilian at all, were American, but were sent to Brazil to check on it.
And was there any information on where the Americans stayed or how they were?
Yeah, we have a few information about the registering in the hotels. We have few names, but we believe those names are fake.
About how many first-hand witnesses would you say all of the Brazilian investigators have now?
Yeah, from 30 to 40.
30 to 40?
Yes, about 17 military agreed to talk.
17?
17 military from all police, military police, civilian police, army, and fire department. 17.
That's incredible.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
This is a massive number of people talking about the same thing. It's amazing. Very rare. Yeah, we know that there's a lab where the autopsies have been performed since January by the team of Dr. Badam Palhares, which one of our best forensic, if not the best, forensic doctor now. And we found out that there is an underground facility under his lab, which is also a lab used by the Army, because we had lots of torture problems back to 10 or 20 years ago. And when someone were tortured, it was analyzed in the underground facility, which now has been used as a covered place for autopsy of the creatures, the alien creatures.
Now, that information came from what type of witness or source?
From people close to Dr. Badam Palhares, who don't want to be identified right now.
Right.
But these are people very close to him. And these same people told us that he is willing to talk, but he is about to wait all the rumors to cease until nobody remembers about the story. When it's not so evident, when he's not in such a delicate position, then he will be willing to talk privately with UFO researchers about what have happened.
And then to get straight, what did he actually say to researchers, and then what did she describe?
Well, she and other wives of the military was very upset because their husbands have to stay in the military installation for quite some time. And they start talking about what the hell. He can get off the place. He can get off the place because he has to take care of the creature and all that stuff and talk to people and do all those silly meetings. You know how women, military wives says about things like that, and more than that. And the Commander Sergio Lima have treated very badly the UFO researchers. He tried to deny everything many times, and he once called the press. He called the press because he was denounced as withholding information. So he called the press to defend himself, and he got in even deeper problems. He tried to get rid of the problem, but he attracted much more problems because the press is not stupid.
Yeah.
The press is not stupid at all, and they found out everything about the case. Yeah. That's what happened.
Well, and meanwhile, is saying that he's involved in these meetings, and she even knew what the meetings were about, didn't she?
Yeah. Yeah, she started telling me, oh, what the hell, there's endless meetings about the ZT creature. Well, if you talk to people in Brazil, you'll find easily that 60% of these people believe that the government is withholding information, and these people believe that the case in Varginha really happened. Yes, it's because, you know what, our nature is that we didn't have a tendency to create stories and perpetuate stories. No. The press gave such a good coverage to the case that people believe because they have seen the evidence in television and other media. And I would say that 6% of population in Brazil believes in the case. Yeah, definitely. Well, John, I have a personal confidence that very soon we're going to have fantastic surprises. Quoting the UFO researchers that are mostly involved with this case, they used to say, I thought I was doing UFO research all these years. Now I know that I was playing with UFO research. UFO research is what we have been doing now. Now
the real thing.
This is the real thing. This is the real. Nothing is compared to it. This is what they say, and I believe them.
What type of surprise are you?
That we are going to force people to talk more and more and more, and there will come a time when we will have so much information that we will drop all this information in the face of the military and say, now what you tell us? We have all this evidence. Are you still going on with the story that nothing happened? They will be forced to talk officially. And when they do that, it's going to be fantastic revelations. If our government releases those information, it's going to be something unique in the world. But on the other hand, you can see that national, and not national, but internationally, there is a big movement between people to force all governments to speak about UFOs. Like U.S. government, this is 1986. They are withholding information for more than 50 years now. They just can't handle all this information. They just can't hold information any longer. I believe that something is going to happen very soon. Either the UFOs will come more and more, or something, I don't know. But I believe that the governments will very soon admit not only the existence of UFOs, but that they are here and now, and they are in some sort of mission toward us. They're not only observing. It's not only curiosity. There is a designated plan for approach Earth and Earthlings. And the government is, of course, aware of that much more than you or me, because we may have the willing to know everything about UFOs. We may have this state of mind that we have. We love to search these things, but it is the government who has the personnel, the labs, the communications, the transportations, the money, the satellites, the facilities. It's the government who has everything. And of course they know much, much, much more than we do. Well, we still are expecting to have more evidence and more details, not all evidence, but details about the crash. We have information. We concentrated on the capture, in obtaining information about the capture of the ETs. And the information about the crash just came 3 or 4 weeks ago, and now we're concentrating on that. I believe we're going to have lots of information about it very soon.
If this underground base, there are bodies there now, do you believe?
Yes, I believe there are at least two bodies, but probably more.
Now, does that come from eyewitness testimony?
Yes. The bodies were taken there.
Okay.
We know that for sure.
And was there any belief that any bodies or live beings were taken to the United States?
Yes, there is some evidence that suggests that at least one body was taken to the United States, to California, on January 26, 1996.
Interesting.
We don't have the confirmation for that, but we have information. Not confirmed, but we have.
Does the name Edwards Air Force Base ring a bell? All right, well, thank you very much, AJ.
Thank you.